Good afternoon. Here we have Kallisto 2020 Princess F62. It's a beautiful model. Come and join me for a walkthrough. So we've just listed on brokerage this Princess F62, a 2020 model. It's called Kallisto. I'm very excited to show you the boat. We'll just start here at the stern. We have a fully hydraulic bathing platform that can take up to 450 kilos. We do have a Brig rib on it at the moment, which is available with the boat. But yeah, fantastic space to lower the boat into the water. We also have a really nice swimming seat here, which makes it really easy to kind of access the whole area. But a lovely place to start with. So we'll just go into the cockpit. And what I'm stepping over right here is the access into the crew quarters. We'll do a little snap away shot, but what we have down there are two separate single berths with a separate ensuite with a separate shower. So it's not just a wet room, it's a very accommodating area for extra guests or crew if you have any. So we're just down in the crew cabin here at the stern, and as you can see, two beds either side, and the owner's currently using it for just storage, as most owners do really for these kind of areas. But fantastic area into the ensuite just here for the crews or your extra guests with a separate shower just there. So really nice place to be. It's actually quite spacious down here, surprisingly. And then just looking around us here in this very generous cockpit, very classic Princess style. So although we have fantastic access either side into the cockpit, we also have very generous seating that wraps around the whole table. This also folds out, and a beautifully finished teak table there. We've also taken off all the canopy enclosure around us, just so it opens up the whole cockpit. But in the winter, you can obviously close it, get the warmth going. It's a nice place to be. And just looking at what fittings we have on deck, we do have electric winches either side, so that's fantastic for medi mooring when you're going astern, and it obviously fastens onto these very solid stainless cleats right here. We have gates, which are very good for children or dogs on board. We also have our controls here for the hydraulic platform and the passerelle, a letterbox passerelle. So again, very good Mediterranean specification if you need it. A very accessible staircase up to the Flybridge with a very good handholds everywhere. So when you're at sea and if you're rolling, really nice comfort there. And then on our starboard quarter, we do have a third docking station, which is an option. So really nice to see again. You have very good visibilities down your side decks on your starboard side, your proportional thrusters and your anchor up front as well. And looking at this really interesting feature on the Princess F62, we do have this opening hatch from the galley, and it's on a gas strut, so it feels very easy to open. And it opens up the whole cockpit area, so entertaining guests, very easy to serve from your fridge straight into the cockpit, which is lovely to see. So just walking into this very spacious saloon in the F62, you can see the vast amount of lighting everywhere, huge windows, which is lovely to see. And we'll look at this galley. There's a very small step down, and the reason for that is we get a full access fridge freezer. So it feels like a full domestic appliances that you would have at home, which is really good. And then of course we have various amounts of storage everywhere for your plates, crockery, knives and forks and everything like that. We have a Bosch dishwasher just here, double stainless sink, a 4-burner Bosch hob, as well as a Bosch oven as well. So we have full Bosch appliances everywhere, as well as extractor fans, storage above. So a very well kitted out galley, and the lovely thing about this on the F62, right at the back, next to all your guests who are out in the cockpit. And just opposite the galley, we do have an L-shaped dining area with the table that folds, obviously with a leather inlay and some cup holders. So if you wanted more people around, of course, you just open this up. And it turns into a massive dining area, put some extra chairs here, and it's fantastic. And we've got a really lovely joinery finish on this whole boat. It's the satin walnut, very popular on the Princess ranges. So just walking forward, midships of the boat, we have the lovely saloon. It's very comfortable, as you can see, very relaxing. This gorgeous sofa that wraps around with a lovely coffee table, as well as the sofa opposite and the pop-up television. But as you can see, we've put the blinds up on the port side and the blinds are down on the starboard, so you can see how much light this lets in. It really is a spectacular view, and you have the full view through the railings as well. And then just before the sofa, we do have the ice maker access, and then the Harman Kardon speaker system just there. And then just forward, we have the entertaining fridge for your guests that are here. We do have reverse cycle air conditioning on the boat as well, so you have various outlets everywhere and controls. And just here on the port side next to our helm station, we do have a very nice little L-shaped sofa, which is really good for when you're passage making. You can put some extra guests here, have a fantastic visibility over the bow as well. We do have an electric window just here, as well as the door on the starboard side, and our controllers just there. And one thing you'll notice when we go down into the accommodation area, we do have a glass window just over the top, and you'll see how much light that floods into the lobby down there. It really is a nice feature. And looking at the helm itself, so we are equipped with the Volvo Penta D13-1000 horsepower engines. These are shaft-driven conventional engines. We do have, however, the Dockmate option, which is a really interesting and easy to use system. So we're not on pod drives, we're on shafts, but nevertheless we do have a joystick control system. You can walk around the boat with this, you can control the anchor, you can bring the boat sideways, and that incorporates the proportional thrusters as well. So it's a very powerful and useful feature to have. It makes handling an absolute dream. And then just looking what we have here, we obviously have the Raymarine Axiom touchscreen plotter screens, as well as your Volvo Penta engine access. And the engine hours at the moment is currently running 169 hours. The boat's been serviced by us and anti-fouled by us, Princess Motor Yacht Sales. So it's been really well looked after. We have our depth and autopilot just here, as well as our proportional thrusters, which have hold functions. Really nice thrusters to have on this kind of size vessel. Can hold the boat against the pontoon really easily. And then we have a Seakeeper Gyro stabiliser as well. That's a fantastic option to have, very popular nowadays, and you see in a lot of boats. The Bennett trim tab system, as well as of course your electronic throttles here, which we have replicated up on the Flybridge as well. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have the side gate just here, and it really is an easy access. Just press the button and it's a watertight seal, and then we can just get straight onto the side deck there. Really nice to have access straight onto the bow. And then we'll go have a look at the accommodation below. So just walking down into the accommodation area below, this glass panel I mentioned earlier, you can see how much light floods into this lobby area. It's really nice. And the classic Princess switchboard just here, very easily accessible, which is great. So the accommodation layout on this boat is a 3-cabin, 3-head. So each cabin has its own head ensuite, which is really nice. So just walking into our twin berth cabin here on the starboard side, very good standing headroom actually. And these twin berths do come together with a press of a button just here. So you can turn this into a double as you so wish, which is nice to have. We do have the Fusion stereo speaker system, so that's all Bluetooth through all your devices in each cabin, as well as our Samsung TVs just forward there. And we do have the large hanging locker just in front, as well as of course the ensuite with a separate shower. So very generous cabin. And then just walking forward into the VIP cabin. So this is right in the forepeak, and you can see how spacious it is just around the beds. I can walk easily up on these steps nicely. We have lots of indirect lighting, as well as all the gorgeous satin walnut finish, as well as all the suede lining everywhere. So it's a lovely place to be. TV just in front, vanity mirror on the port side. You have private access into the day head, which is just here, so double access. And as you can see, a lovely place to be. Easy separate shower with a porthole, electric flush loos. And then we'll go have a look at the master cabin, which is in the midships. So just coming into the master cabin midships, as you can see, fantastic full beam cabin, plenty of head height, and the floor is flat all the way around the bed. So you can notice the comfort around in this cabin. We do have the twin seats with the coffee table. That's an option. You can go for storage or a sofa, but this is actually really nice. You can have a coffee in the mornings. You've got this vast window with the opening porthole as well. So really nice sea views when you're at anchor. What a place to be. And then just forward, which is behind the bulkhead, we do have the washer dryer, which is a nice feature, and then plenty of storage everywhere under the bed and around. And then going into the ensuite of the master, we do have a sliding access door, and as you can see, full standing headroom, shower with the electric flush loos, portholes, so very nicely finished. Then we'll go outside onto the Flybridge. So just walking up here onto the Flybridge, we'll start with the aft end. We've got this really cool awning that's electrically operated. We've just put it out and it's for your sun pad really here. So as you can see, the backrest is actually, it's in its normal position for seating, but you can lift this whole thing up and it swings over and extends the whole sun pad area into a very accommodating sun pad. So nice place to be. And then we'll just have a look at this dining table, which as you can see is probably the biggest seating area on the boat, bigger than the one in the cockpit. So a very, very generous dining table up here. You can even put some more seats around it if you really needed to, but it folds up nicely, covers for everything up here as well. And just to mention, our hardtop on the F62, this paint is part of the Allure pack, so it's an oyster grey metallic and it looks beautiful, offsets the white. And we do have more of that actually, as you can see around the boat, even in this wet galley area down here. So just looking at what we have on the port side, we do have the Kenyan griddle, as well as your hot and cold sink, and then top loading cooler, so plenty of drinks in there, champagne, beer, things like that. One thing to note I haven't really mentioned is actually the teak decking on the boat. We are teak laid everywhere, so it looks and it's finished beautifully. We even have it up on the bow as well. And of course we do have in this hard top, we do have an electric opening fabric roof that opens up quite far as well, and it's all done at a click of a button. So as you can see, floods this whole area with natural light. A lovely circular seating area, and this actually reminds me of the older Princess model, the S62 that they'd have in the saloon. And it's just quite a nice feature to have a more casual arrangement here, so it's quite nice for a morning coffee, newspaper, bit of emails, things like that. So really comfortable area. Again, this table drops down with a click of a button and you can have infills, turns into a more casual sun pad area. We've got some nice ambient lighting here, which fasten away like that. Really cool to see those, as well as some cup holders dotted around. We'll just have a look at our helm, which in theory just replicates everything that we have down on the main one, but we have our twin Axiom screens, our main engine dials, as well as our computers here telling us our engine hours and everything like that. We have autopilot, thrusters, everything you'd want up here, your controls for the anchor, horns, and nice thing as well, these tactile buttons for the rain marine plotters. If it's a bit windy or rainy and you're not quite feeling the touchscreen, these buttons here can be very helpful, just so you can have proper control over everything. So that concludes the walkthrough video tour of Kallisto, a 2020 Princess F62. Hopefully you enjoyed the tour. It's a beautifully presented boat, a very high specification as you can see, with the gyro stabiliser, the air conditioning, generator, all of that. For more information and most importantly the price, please visit our website princess.co.uk. You can find all of the information there, the photos, the walkthrough, the video tour, the virtual tour, everything is on the website. So thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you again.